Hi everybody, I'm Dana Lavoie, and today I am going to show you how to do my favorite quick and easy go-to makeup look that I've been using for years with my favorite updates for an over 50 face. So I'm really excited to share this with you. I hope it's useful. I am Dana Lavoie. I am an acupuncturist and herbalist. The main thing that I do is help women use customized herbal remedies during and after menopause for menopause relief and healthy aging. So why am I doing a makeup look? Well, I also like to really celebrate with the women that I work with, our over 40 or over 50 or over 60 fabulousness. And when it comes to doing that, it's really important to use makeup products that don't contain hormone disrupting chemicals, because then everything we're trying to do with the herbs to get the hormones back in balance, these chemicals come in, and they have found that using very small, even trace amounts of these hormone disrupting chemicals, but in small amounts but consistently, like every day, putting them on your skin every day, is actually more disruptive to your hormones than one big exposure. So it really pays to find great products that don't contain the chemicals that can make it harder for your body to balance your hormones. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I want to tell you a little bit about this look. So I love it because it's quick and easy. It's natural looking. There's a variation of it for everybody. And so what you do is, I mostly want to focus on how to do the eyes, but it is important to prep the rest of the face. So I recommend, a little bit of foundation. You can use whatever kind you like, and then maybe a little, but not too heavy, not too cakey, and then maybe a little bit of concealer or a little second coat of foundation in the areas where you need the most coverage. Check the under the eyes, the outer corners, around the nose, around the mouth, any little spots, but don't try to make it perfect because that just looks fake. And I do like to use cream products because I find they help my skin to just look, well, younger. But it's totally up to you. There's lots of great products out there. And then, so the eye prep, what I recommend prepping your eyes for this look is to be very careful not to overdo anything. Don't use any kind of heavy, greasy, or oily moisturizers. And I find that I don't like to do a base shadow or anything like that. I just use a little bit of concealer or foundation over the whole lid and the under eye area and just pat it really well so it's just like skin. I find that this works the best that way. And then when you go ahead and do your cheeks, you want to do a little bit of blush. Like today I did some blush and then some bronzer around the edges to just kind of warm everything up, look healthy and natural, and some lip color. Again, this is a pretty natural look, so I often use something that's like kind of like my lip color but a little bit brighter, but you can go any direction with this. So the way that you do the eye look is you basically find a color of eyeshadow that is somewhat similar to your skin tone and has like a satin sheen to it. I don't recommend using something like super glittery, but and you could use a matte shadow, but I find something with a satin sheen is the best. And then you basically apply it on the whole lid and the whole crease. Heavier towards the lash line and the bottom of the lid, and then you just kind of fading but going all the way up into the crease. And I want to show you a little tutorial of me applying the shadow and a couple of colors that I like to use this. And we're going to talk more about choosing the color in a minute. Basically what you want to do is you want to find a color that's not too much different than your skin tone. It can be really similar to your skin tone. It can be a little bit darker. It can be a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler. If you have fair skin, kind of like what I do, I often use something that's kind of like a silvery and cool kind of beige, just because I like the way it looks sometimes. But you could definitely go with like a little bit more of a rosy taupe or a medium beige. And if you have a skin tone that's darker, you can either go with something that sort of matches it or like a bronzy color, but it also looks really, really nice to use a sort of taupey satin shimmer that is actually a couple of shades lighter than your skin tone. So instead of going a couple of shades darker, you can go a couple of shades lighter with like a neutral tone, and it looks really, really nice and natural. So that's something to think about as well. So let me show you a little clip of how I put on the eyeshadow for this look, and then we're going to talk about how to finish it off. I just wanted to do a super quick tutorial on how I apply the eyeshadow for this eye look. I am using this palette that I don't have the exact color that I want, so I'm mixing together this kind of platinum that's a little shimmerier than I would like, a little silverier, with this matte sort of beige that's just kind of equal or a little bit darker to my skin tone, and it kind of tones down the shimmer in the other one a little bit. And I'm using a fluffy brush because it applies the shadow more sheerly, so it's just really easy to use and hard to go wrong. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply it first near the lash line, and I'm going to use a patting motion because that is going to apply more. It's going to lay down more shadow. So I do that first. And if you want a more intense look, you just layer it. And then what I do is I kind of take what's left on the brush and then I go the rest of the way. I like to go onto the lid, and I like to go into the crease. Don't come too far down at the outer edge, but I do like to go into the crease kind of with an upward and outward shape. Kind of lifts the eye, it makes it really natural looking. And of course, some people would tell you not to put shimmer in your crease. If you have very, very hooded eyes, you might want to consider that. But I have a little bit hooded eyes, and I have kind of puffy eyes today, so all very contraindicated, and I'm doing it anyway. And then sometimes I even put a little bit under my eye, and I would do that normally with a pencil brush. And then I would just take a fluffy brush that has nothing on it, and I would just kind of just blend and buff the whole thing out. And then you can see how there's a lot less shadow up here than there is down here. But I just like to really blend and then just kind of clean it up around the edges. And that's the eyeshadow part of it. And if you want more on, you can do that. If you want to take some off, just like blend it more. It's very forgiving. And I also wanted to show you this another color that has the exact amount of shimmer that I would like to be using. It's this color called Tan Rose by Root Pretty. This is a loose mineral powder, and you put a tiny bit in the cap, and then you have to work it up into your brush, and you have to give it a tap or a shake. Make sure there's not too much on there, and then you can go ahead and you can apply that. And this one just has no glitter. It just has a little bit of shimmer, and it's just a little bit darker than my eye color. It's actually a really great color for this. It's just that for me personally, it has a little bit more red in it than I would like. I know it looks kind of golden here, but it actually has a fair amount of red in it. And but like a color like that would be really great as well. And so that's just the eyeshadow part of it. And then you definitely want to do the mascara. And I'm going to show you some tricks to kind of update this for the over 50s, okay? Okay, so now that we talked about choosing the right shadow and how to put it on, one thing that's always a part of this look is mascara. And I do recommend curling the lashes, and then when you apply the mascara, you want to wiggle that wand back and forth at the very, very roots of the lashes. So traditionally, this look is done without any eyeliner, which means you really want to define the lash line with the mascara. So just make sure you really, really apply most of the mascara at the base of the lashes, right where it meets your eyelid. Just kind of wiggle back and forth, and then, sweep up to the ends. And then you can just leave it there. And of course, if your brows are sparse, you can give them a little bit of filling in as well. And that's the basic look, is that satin shimmer eyeshadow and then the mascara. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and given it a couple of updates because I've been wearing this look for a long time. So since I turned 50, I've given it a couple of updates. So things that some people will tell you is that as you get older, you shouldn't wear shimmer, and you certainly shouldn't wear anything shimmering in the crease. I find if it's just a satin shimmer that I still like this look, and my eyes have become somewhat more hooded and they were even kind of puffy today. Both things you'd think wouldn't look good with this look, but I still like it. So I would watch out for formulas that are too glittery, especially for daytime, but I find something that has a satin shimmer, like a sheen of glowy, healthy skin is actually really flattering. And if your eyes are very hooded, then you can put the shadow on the lid only and not up into the crease area, but maybe give it a try sometime and see how you like it. So what I do to update this look, however, is number one, I will add some eyeliner. So I will take eyeliner and I will put it in a thin line just at the roots of the upper lashes, all the way from the inner corner, all the way to the outer corner. And I'll do it a little bit thicker at the outer, but not much. It's mostly just to define, give more definition to the lash line. It's not really a liner look. It brings back the look of a thicker eyelashes like you had when you were younger. And often I will just leave it at that. But if you wanted to, you could also take a completely matte eyeshadow that was similar to the contours and shadows on your face, so just a little bit darker than your skin tone, and completely matte. And you could add it into the crease where the area where the sagging, right, is happening, and it'll take away some of the shine there and it'll add a little bit of depth, so it'll just lift that sagging just a hair, but keep it really natural looking. If you still want to have the same look, once you add liner and crease, it's great. It's just a little bit of a different look, but you can add just a little bit on the sort of saggy down areas if you want. And that is the whole look. So it's basically one color of eyeshadow and mascara, and then if you want, you can add a touch of liner or a tiny bit into the crease, and that's why I love it. It's so easy. You can do sort of like a gold color, you can do a beige, you can do a taupe, and you can do this in colors as well. And I'm going to show you some pictures of, you can do this with like a pale green or a turquoise or so many different colors. There's just tons of ways you can do this look. You just pop on that mascara, really focusing on the roots, fix up your brows, and it's just a really nice, it can be very, very natural looking, or you can make it a little bit more dressed up with a higher shimmer or more of a color. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's just a makeup look that I've loved forever, but I am glad that I updated it just a little bit, and I use it all the time. And if you try it out, I would love it if you could post a picture or send me a picture in the comments below, or in my Facebook group, or on my blog, or in an email. I mean, I would absolutely love to see that. So please go ahead and try it out. Send me your pictures. If you have any questions about anything about it, send those in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you. This is just such a fun hobby for me. And anyway, I hope you enjoy some pictures that I've collected of this look. There was one picture in particular, I was in a book I had like in the 1980s written by Bobby Brown that had this exact look in it, and I couldn't find it. I don't have that book anymore, but if you start looking, you'll see it all over the place. So give it a try, send me a picture, and have a great day with your fabulous over 50 face. I'm Dana Lavoie. I am an acupuncturist and herbalist. I primarily help women use customized herbal remedies during and after menopause for menopause relief and healthy aging. Have an amazing online program and online community. And if you'd like to know more about that, definitely grab the free resources on my website and send me an email, because I'd love to help you get started. All right, I'm Dana Lavoie, and thanks for watching today. Bye for now.